Hi, everyone. Hopefully, you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today, we're going to go into our daily technical analysis update of commodities. We're going to work our way through the dollar yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. If you need any help, definitely hop over to finding-value.com. We do have a discount going on called Happy Birthday. My birthday is coming up very soon, and you can get a discount from it for the first month, 50% off. All right, guys, let's see what's going on in the markets today. I'll give you my financial opinions and we'll dive right into it right now. Okay, let's start with the DXY dollar index. You can see we've got really strong selling pressure for a good week or two. We've come down and we haven't really had a strong bounce. A lot of the times, this is viewed as a potential flag pattern that's inverted, something like that, where we could eventually work our way lower. It is possible that this does get a bounce and then we roll back over and head back lower. So again, we're looking to see how big is this bounce going to be, if there even is going to be a bounce. And the dollar still looks like to me that we could get further downside selling pressure in the dollar. The 2-year yield doing something very similar. You can see this original kind of selling off move. Then you generally go into a bottoming type pattern. And for the 2-year, to me, it looks like we could get a little bit of a bounce and then work our way back lower, kind of an A, B, C correction. So it'd be A, B, and then C, which is possible. That would also meet up and be similar to the DXY. The 10-year down a little bit. We're at support. We've had a pretty big selling pressure run at this support level. Is support going to hold, or are we going to get further downside in yields? I don't know, but let's find out and see what happens the next week or two. We've got the 30-year also down a little bit today, down 0.61, but again, it's been kind of just drifting sideways to slightly higher over time. TYX TNX ratio, to me, this looks like it may go lower. It might invert again. That's what the bearish engulfing pattern is today. What does that mean? It means the curve could invert further. It could start to invert again. For how long, what it'll look like, I don't know yet. We'll have to wait and see. TLT bond prices still within the pattern. We had a little bit of a shakeout to fake out potentially, but if yields go lower, you're going to see bond prices go higher. We got a nice good drive out of here. Maybe this is kind of like a flag pattern or something that is forming, and we'll see where it goes over the next few weeks. Gold ripping higher. It still looks fantastic. We've got the falling wedge, the breakout, and we have a flag pattern there, and it is continuing higher. I think it looks good. Gold looks really good to continue higher. Grind on up. We'll have to see what the next few candlesticks are, but it looks very good. Backing out, we are breaking. We came back to support, and we are breaking higher, bouncing off that support level. Silver up as well. Is this going to be a breakout on a longer term? It very well could be. We've got nice big buying pressure. I think we're going higher in silver. Looks good. Platinum also higher today. And it looks like it's losing a little bit of momentum. You can see that the opening and closing price are contracting together, which means we're slowing down a little bit. But doesn't mean we're necessarily at the end of this move. We'll have to wait and see what other candlesticks this next week bring us, if we're going to attack that downtrend line or breaking out or whatever. XAU to gold ratio continuing higher today, up 0.64%. And we have not broken the downtrend line here. That's the trend line for happiness that we want to break, but it looks good, like it wants to try to break it. So again, let's wait and see if we can break this thing over the next week or two. If we break it, that means that gold and silver mining companies are in favor, and that we could see a big move for the gold and silver mining companies. CRB index ripping higher today, up 1.5%. Looks like we've broken out, come back to the retest, and we are ready to move on up. So that looks fantastic for the CRB index. To me, that's what it looks like. It's a big um, kind of pennant formation that we could be breaking to the upside, and we could get a big move out of this. This could be the beginning of wave 3. CRB to S&P 500, we are coming down. It's contracting down. We're probably going to find support general vicinity, and hopefully commodities start to outperform stocks. But at this moment, we are still in a downtrend with a double top. GDX ripping higher, up 2.1%. Looking good. We'll see if that can continue. GDXJ doing the same thing, and SILJ. These all have broken downtrends. They're starting to run. Again, let's hope the momentum can continue. Gold looks really strong, so they very well could break out of these patterns, downtrend lines, and rip it higher. Crude oil up 1.86% today. This, to me, has a nice little bullish engulfing here. Looks like it wants to continue higher. So a little bit of a pullback, nice big bullish engulfing. Looks good to go higher. Natural gas ripping it up 4.26%. Again, I think we are trying to put in some sort of bottom, and we'll see if we can get some momentum to the upside here. Looks good. Let's see if we can get the momentum to the upside. XOP, again, we've got this kind of squeezing up of this pattern, and we've broken to the upside, and I think that will continue on up. Looks very strong to move on up. OIH also ripping higher. We're starting to enter a little bit of resistance in here, and it looks really good from a long-term perspective. This thing could really start to take off when we get through this kind of resistance area, which is peaking out. So looks very strong. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust still squeezing up in the corner over here. I think this is a good area to look at, and I think in this general location, we could see a bottoming start to form. So that looks really good. We got URA. URA is also in a very good location for potential investment there. We've got the squeeze up, the breakout, the retest. I mean, this looks textbook to go higher. It looks really good for URA. You can also extend that to URNM. It's starting to hit its trend line here. And we could break out of this thing at any second. That's what I'm looking for, a breakout here. URNJ also, not much history on it, but that looks like it could go higher as well. It's going to follow and do whatever URNM and URJ or URA is going to do. TAN down a little bit, but we're coming up on this resistance level. I think we are ready to break to the upside. TAN looking strong, like it could run. So we've squeezed all the way up. It does look like it could run. Symmetry, right hand, left hand. The left looks like the right. And the way that this goes up is the way that it fell. So we could go and rip it at any point in time. COPX heading up 0.6%. We're still in this channel, and we're kind of just hanging out in the channel, but still looks good going up. Lithium, this one's already broken to the upside. I think we are going to continue to grind higher on this. For lithium, REMX is in the same situation. Much like URA, we've paused here, and we have broken the pattern to the upside, and it looks like we could have further upside in REMX. The overall markets continue their strength across the board here. S&P 500 continuing higher. It looks like that will continue. NASDAQ also running higher, and that looks like that will continue. 2 strong days, and it looks like that this can continue up. Emerging markets down a little bit, but overall, guys, I think we are just consolidating before a large move to the upside for emerging markets. XHB, the home builders, on fire, continuing to move up, looks fantastic. Ag stocks still look really good. The Green Army is all inside that circle, not much selling pressure. Hopefully we can keep going. Copper also squeezing up. right on support. We'll see if we break to the upside here. It looks like a lot of the stocks are positioning for a break to the upside, so that looks strong. We've got iron ore also moving up just a little bit. And we've got the falling wedge, the breakout. That still looks good to move higher. And even if this were a flag pattern and were to break down, I still think eventually it'll work its way on up. Nickel down a little bit. Nickel, the pattern doesn't look as strong. This looks like a topping pattern. We'll see if we can get, if this pulls on back. Aluminum still looks good to move on higher here on the longer term. Big surge higher. Maybe we come back to a retest, work our way back on up. Still looks good. Baltic Dry Index down a little bit. Overall, guys, higher. Fallen wedge, broken out. It's just hanging out. See that? A lot of the times it's going to move on up. Newcastle coal, let it kind of base out here for a little bit. And then when it finally kind of bases out, I think we're going to come back to this breakout here, this line. Come on back, maybe 110 or something like that. And then it will move on up from there. So maybe a little bit more downside left. Bitcoin still looks good, and I still favor it to the upside. It is just consolidating in this flag pattern. And Ethereum still looks very good. Let's back all the way out. It's moving on up. Even if it were to dip a little bit, I still think it looks all right. Again, I'm not in these. I'm not invested in Ethereum or Bitcoin, but still looks all right. We still have big buying pressure, small selling pressure all in these circles here, which is a characteristic of a move to the upside. That's what I've got for today, guys. Thumb up for the content, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the website. Again, we've got birthday. Happy birthday is the discount coupon code. See you. All right, guys. We'll catch you later. This is Finding Value.